So Eugene has a question. After calculating the mortgage payment on a note, do you have to add in property tax, homeowner's insurance, and anything else that would be included in the payment? Eugene, typically that happens on bank loans. Majority of bank loans escrow for taxes, not all of them, but that most of them escrow for taxes and insurance. And that's the PITI. You've got principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Okay. But with seller finance notes, the majority of them do not escrow for taxes and insurance. And quite frankly, that's the way I prefer it. I do not want to deal with escrow. If I'm buying a note that it's built into the note that the people pay PITI, that they are going to pay a lump sum that includes not only the amortized principal and interest amount, but also an allowance for their taxes and insurance. If that's the case, I highly, highly recommend that you use a servicer. It is really worth it to do. It can get really hairy trying to keep track of all the escrow and everything. So personally, I prefer, in the way that I write my own notes, is that I just have the P&I, my principal and interest, and then I ask them to give me proof that they have paid the taxes whenever they're due, and I want proof of insurance in place. Now, that's one of the things that we're going to get prior to closing. And, I probably should have mentioned that when I was talking about the documentation checklist, is the hazard insurance. I don't get that up front when I'm gathering information for the deal, but prior to closing, I'm going to get their declaration page, and I am going to make sure that our name or my investor's name is added on as a mortgagee insured. And so typically, I just want proof that the payments have been made. Now, for taxes, you can always just go to the county website and check yourself. And for the insurance, typically, once you're listed as a mortgagee insured, if they do not pay, you will get a notice of cancellation. But I would not rely on that. So I always make, like, if they're paid up for the next 6 months, I make a tickler to go back and check and make sure that they in fact paid the next premium. Okay.